Welcome to the Rhode Island DMV written test with real questions and answers from the Rhode Island DMV. Before we get started, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button so you never miss an update and help support the channel. Now let's dive into all the questions and answers you need to study for your Rhode Island test.
You must yield to a pedestrian using a white cane or guide dog. A. Only when the guide dog is leading the person across the street. B. At all times. C. Only if a crossing guard is present. B. At all times. Pedestrians who use guide dogs or white canes, with or without a red tip, must be given the right-of-way at all times. Which of the following is a safe way to drive through a curve? A. Slow down as you enter, speed up as you exit. B. Maintain a constant speed throughout the curve. C. Speed up as you enter, slow down as you exit. D. Stay near the right edge of your lane. A. Slow down as you enter, speed up as you exit. You should slow down as you enter a curve and increase your speed gradually as you exit. Increasing your speed as you enter a curve will make it more difficult to control your vehicle. Drivers must yield to a pedestrian. A. Even if the pedestrian crosses the street carelessly. B. Only when the pedestrian is in a crosswalk. C. Only if the pedestrian is on the same side of the road as the driver. D. If the pedestrian uses a hand signal to ask oncoming drivers to stop. A. Even if the pedestrian crosses the street carelessly. Drivers must always yield to pedestrians in the street, even if they are crossing against a red light or are otherwise being careless. Which of these statements is true about changing lanes? A. You only need to turn and look over your right shoulder for lane changes to the right or left. B. Look over your right shoulder for a right lane change and your left shoulder for a left lane change. C. Vehicles with two outside mirrors do not have blind spots. B. Look over your right shoulder for a right lane change and your left shoulder for a left lane change. Before changing lanes, signal, look in all your mirrors and look over your left or right shoulder to make sure the lane next to you is clear. Looking over your shoulder is a way to check your blind spot to be sure there is no vehicle, motorcycle, or bicycle traffic in the next lane. Yield also means stop if you cannot merge safely into the flow of traffic. A. True. B. False. A. True. In a situation requiring you to yield the right-of-way, you must also stop if you cannot merge safely into the flow of traffic. Want to ace your DMV test? Go to cheatsheets.com and get your guaranteed cheat sheet. When a stop is required at an intersection and no markings appear to indicate a stop line or crosswalk, a driver, A, is not required to stop. B, is required to slow down to make sure crossing traffic is clear. C, should stop only at a place where they can see at least 200 feet on either side, even if they have to enter the intersecting roadway. D, should stop where they have a clear view of approaching traffic before they enter the intersecting roadway. D, should stop where they have a clear view of approaching traffic before they enter the intersecting roadway. If there is no stop line or crosswalk, you should stop at the point nearest to the intersecting roadway where you can get a view of approaching traffic. You should not enter the intersecting roadway to gain a better view. Drivers who eat and drink while driving. A, make no driving errors. B, have trouble driving slowly. C, are better drivers because they are not hungry. D, have trouble controlling their vehicles. D, have trouble controlling their vehicles. Choosing to eat, drink, or smoke while driving is dangerous because these actions require a driver to remove their hands from the wheel and their eyes from the road. Drivers who engage in distracting activities while driving have trouble staying in their lanes and controlling their vehicles. A curb painted red means A, loading zone. B, the area is reserved for picking up or dropping off passengers. C, no parking, standing, or stopping. C, no parking, standing, or stopping. You may not stop, stand, or park at a red painted curb. Changing from one lane to another is best done A, quickly and often. B, when a car is in your blind spot. C. Gradually and carefully. C. Gradually and carefully. You should always change lanes gradually and carefully. Only change lanes when necessary. Every lane change increases the possibility of a traffic accident. Before turning, you should A. Use your signal. B. Turn the wheel. C. Increase your speed. D. Change lanes. A. Use your signal. To complete a turn safely, you should activate your turn signal 3 to 4 seconds before your turn. It is unlawful for a car to try to share a lane with a motorcycle. A. True. B. False. A. True. Motorcycle operators have the right to use a complete traffic lane. Two motorcyclists may share a lane, but a car should never try to share a lane with a motorcycle. This road sign means A. Slow down or stop. B. Stop if necessary. C. You must come to a complete stop. C. You must come to a complete stop. An octagonal sign always means stop. When approaching a stop sign, you must come to a complete stop at the marked stop line and proceed only when it is safe to do so. If there is no stop line, stop before the crosswalk. If there is no crosswalk, stop before the intersection at a point from which you can see oncoming traffic. You are required to stop your vehicle, A. At any intersection where a police officer orders you to stop. B. Where there is a red traffic light. C. Both of the above. C. Both of the above. You must come to a complete stop at a steady or flashing red traffic light. You must always obey instructions given by officers directing traffic, regardless of any posted signs or traffic signals. Under normal weather and traffic conditions, keep a minimum following distance of A. 1 second, B. 2 seconds, C. 3 seconds, D. 4 seconds, C. 3 seconds. The more distance between your vehicle and others, the more time you have to react to the movements of surrounding vehicles. Keep a minimum following distance of 3 seconds under normal weather and traffic conditions. Increase your following distance anytime conditions are less than perfect. A driver who is taking a non-prescription drug should A. Read the labels on the drug before driving. B. Drink alcohol instead. C. Continue to drive regardless of any warning labels. D. Drive only during daylight hours. A. Read the labels on the drug before driving. Many over-the-counter medications can affect your ability to drive safely. If you take medication, even a remedy for colds or allergies that is not prescribed, check the label for warnings about its effects. If you are unsure, ask your doctor or pharmacist about driving while on the medication. Who is required to wear a seatbelt while in a moving vehicle? A. Only the driver. B. Only adult passengers. C. Only child passengers. D. All of the vehicle's occupants. D. All of the vehicle's occupants. Rhode Island seatbelt law requires passengers and drivers of all ages to be securely fastened into a seatbelt while in a moving vehicle. Some children may require additional restraints. On a green arrow, you must A. Yield to any vehicle, bicycle, or pedestrian in the intersection. B. Yield to pedestrians only in the intersection. C. Wait 4 seconds before proceeding. A. Yield to any vehicle, bicycle, or pedestrian in the intersection. A green arrow means go. You must turn in the direction the arrow is pointing after you yield to any vehicles, bicycles, or pedestrians who are still in the intersection. What are the colors of signs that tell you the distance to the next exit on a highway? A. Yellow with black letters. B. Black with white letters. C. Red with white letters. D. Green with white letters. D. Green with white letters. Signs providing information about destinations are green with white letters or symbols. When a school bus is picking up or dropping off children, you must A. Stop regardless of your direction of travel. B. Stop if you are driving in the same direction. C. Slow down and be prepared to stop. A. Stop regardless of your direction of travel. When approaching a school bus that is picking up or dropping off passengers, you must come to a complete stop before reaching the bus, regardless of your direction of travel. You do not have to stop for a school bus that is stopped with its red lights flashing if it is on a private road. A. True. B. False. B. False. When a school bus is stopped with its red lights flashing and stop arm out, other drivers are required to stop. This law applies to drivers traveling on both public and private roads. If your car begins to skid out of control, you should A. Pump the brakes. B. Apply the brakes lightly. C. Stay off the brakes. C. Stay off the brakes. If your vehicle begins to skid, stay off the brakes. Continue to correct your steering until the vehicle is back under your control and moving safely down the road. You are approaching an intersection where a traffic signal is displaying a steady yellow light. If you have not already entered the intersection, you should A. Speed up to beat the red light. B. Reduce your speed and proceed carefully through the intersection. C. Come to a safe stop. C. Come to a safe stop. At an intersection controlled by a steady yellow light, you should bring your vehicle to a safe stop. If you are already within the intersection when the light changes from green to yellow, continue through the intersection at a safe speed. If a high-intensity activated crosswalk signal is flashing yellow, it means A. Drivers may proceed with caution. B. Drivers should slow down and prepare to stop. C. Drivers should come to a complete stop. D. There are no pedestrians nearby. B. Drivers should slow down and prepare to stop. Hawk signals are used at pedestrian crossings. If the signal is flashing yellow, drivers should slow down and prepare to stop. Drivers turning left must yield to A. Overtaking cars. B. Oncoming cars. C. No one. B. Oncoming cars. Drivers turning left must yield to oncoming vehicles that are driving straight ahead. A turning driver may only proceed when they can safely turn without affecting oncoming traffic. When turning or changing lanes, you must A. Always signal your intentions even when no visible traffic is present. B. Signal only if there is visible traffic. C. Signal only when driving at night. D. Signal only when driving in heavy traffic at night. A. Always signal your intentions even when no visible traffic is present. Always signal your intentions when changing lanes, turning, or pulling away from a curb. Do not allow yourself to become lazy and form the bad habit of not following this law. You are driving up a hill and are approaching a heavy truck from the rear. You should know that A. The truck may be traveling at a speed slower than the posted speed limit. B. You may not be able to safely pass the truck. C. You may not be able to legally pass the truck. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. Drivers must be aware that large vehicles often travel at a speed slower than the posted speed limit, especially when driving on an incline, and should use caution when approaching a large vehicle from the rear. When on a hill with limited visibility, it is unlawful to pass another vehicle. When changing lanes, you can check your blind spot by A. Using the inside rear view mirror. B. Turning your head and looking over your shoulder. C. Using your side mirror. B. Turning your head and looking over your shoulder. Even if your vehicle is properly equipped with mirrors, there are blind spots that cannot be seen by using the mirrors. Before changing lanes, look over your shoulder to check these areas. This road sign means A. The left lane is reserved for vehicles with a specific number of occupants. B. Specific turning movements are allowed from specific lanes. C. Do not enter. D. Drivers in both lanes are responsible for merging smoothly. A. The left lane is reserved for vehicles with a specific number of occupants. This sign marks a high occupancy vehicle, HOV lane. HOV lanes are reserved for use by buses and vehicles with a driver and one or more passengers, as indicated on the sign. You are involved in an accident and another person is injured. You should A. Move the injured away from the scene immediately. B. Always leave the injured where they are. C. Not move the injured unnecessarily. Keep the injured warm and administer first aid. D. Stay away from the injured. C. Not move the injured unnecessarily. Keep the injured warm and administer first aid. After an accident, do not move the injured unnecessarily. Unskilled handling can make serious injuries out of minor ones. Keep the injured warm until skilled help arrives. If there is severe bleeding, attempt to stop the flow of blood with direct pressure. At a four-way stop, A. The driver to arrive first has the right-of-way. B. The driver to arrive last has the right-of-way. C. One driver should continue driving without stopping. D. One driver should wave the other drivers ahead. A. The driver to arrive first has the right-of-way. At four-way stops, traffic from all four directions must stop. The first vehicle to reach the intersection should move forward first. If two vehicles reach the intersection at the same time, the driver on the left yields to the driver on the right.